with another episode of Pablo'S podcast. And and today we are hanging out as a team, and we're gonna talk about just a little bit of real estate, a little bit of Halloween,
a little bit of rock and roll.
Yeah. What are you guys dressing up for? Let's start off with that. What are you guys dressing up for Halloween? What are we doing? Anybody jump in?
Be the horror Scream. The Scream character. Yeah.
That's original.
It's very original, right? Not basic at all.
That's original.
It was pretty cheap, so I'm like, why not?
You're going to be like the buffest Scream out there. Big. Yeah, you're going to be scary,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to mess with you.
I'm going to take out the candy.
What are you going to do, Liz? Or Esmeralda, you got the mic. What are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm going to be the flapper girl.
I still don't know what that is, man.
We got a 1950 flapper girl.
1950s. Okay, so look from the 1950s. All right, Liz, what are you going to be?
I am going to be a fairy.
A fairy.
She was a fairy.
Yes.
Like Tinkerbell?
Something like that.
Something like
I'm just the basic I can be because I never dress up. This would be my second year as an adult. It's just not my thing. But I got invited to a Halloween party, so I said I have to because they said you have to dress up. I was like, okay, a fairy.
Yeah. We do a not so scary costume party, chill. I still don't know what I'm gonna. You know what I've always wanted to be? No joke. This is like, I just need to be buffer, taller. But I've always wanted to dress up like in an expensive Batman suit.
That's the Joker.
Yeah, I need to grow like maybe like 6 inches, lose about 40 pounds, 6-pack, 8-pack. But you know what? No guns, because he doesn't carry guns, right? Just cool weapons.
Violent.
Cool, yeah. Well, he's violent. It's just no guns.
That's true.
That's his rule. Okay, what are you gonna be for Halloween?
Every single year, I plan these elaborate costumes in my head.
Ooh.
But then Halloween night comes, and I throw on a hoodie, and I paint the tip of my nose black, and then I braid my hair into these little cat ears, and I'm a cat.
You go the easy route.
That's it. It always works. So
You're a minimalist.
yeah, I kind of wanted to be the Joker though. So
We did that one year. My family, Ethan was the Joker. I think Sarah was Poison Ivy. It was pretty cool. We did a little.
Poison Ivy?
I don't think
Poison
I was
Ivy?
Batman.
Ivy? I've
Poison
never
Ivy.
heard about
Never heard of that one.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. No, she's dressed in green.
Like literally Poison Ivy, like the flower or the plant.
Really?
Yeah, Poison Ivy.
the
Sarah.
character,
Oh,
the
it's a
action
character.
character.
In Batman.
Oh, I don't know.
In Batman.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm not into
man.
the Marvel or all that DC.
How old are you again?
20, 22.
Because the more recent Batmans don't have Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
So it's just, anyway,
80s did.
so we got our costumes for Halloween. Then I think we had asked what is our. We wanted to share a story, either a funny story or a creepy story from our real estate experience. So who has
I
that?
think Esmeralda had one.
Well, what did we say?
I thought you wanted to do last segment. It's in the video where you wanted to do something with Sergio and you were like, we'll do it next time.
Never have I ever.
Well, yeah. Would you rather?
Or
It was
would
like
you
a would
rather,
you
would you rather?
rather? Yeah.
Would you rather real estate?
There's too many.
Like
of
a
us,
segment
though.
in general, just in general.
Yeah. It was like, would you rather live on the beach and have a tiny house, or I don't
Be
know,
rich in
live in
Bakersfield?
Bakersfield and have a mansion or something like
That's what
that?
we said,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just can't come up with the good questions though. Okay. Yeah. You have a Luis story, so tell us.
Because it's October,
That's all it takes to go viral.
And it was
Yeah.
October.
Spooky.
It was kind of an October.
October.
Okay.
getting
Tell
close
us the
to
story.
November.
Tell us the story.
I was house hunting with the buyer, and we were kind of seeing like old houses, new houses. Then after all, we came to this 2-story home, vacant, and they had this little, I guess, a house up with the ladder.
Oh, like an attic?
Like an attic, yes. And my client wanted to go see it, but then we started hearing creepy noise. I'm like, Esmeralda, what is that? Are you sure there is no dead people here or someone who died? I'm like, no. But then we heard like something boom, like a really loud noise. I started running outside, and she's like, hey, hold on.
You left your
You
client.
left your
Just-
client.
I got scared myself, but I know I was like, oh no, this is a creepy house. Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Did you read the description? It says haunted on it. Probably.
Imagine
No,
Probably
but
does.
yeah, we were hearing
Don't
like
open
a
the attic
lot
door.
of-
That's why you gotta read the remarks. Read
Even-
the
Agent
remarks.
remarks.
like if they were closing the door of the window, something there. It was terrible.
You called the agent. The agent's like, you didn't read the remarks.
I know.
That's
My
awesome.
gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys
It
have
was a
any
scary
good
one.
stories?
I have a story.
Okay. tell
So
us.
I was talking to a home inspector. Okay. He went to inspect this house, and he has a robot that he sends when he goes to inspect homes. So he takes the robot and he has a robot search in the attic. He finds the previous home inspector in the attic.
No,
Oh, no
way.
living there?
He was deceased.
No, for real.
No.
What?
He was deceased.
What?
Like he came across the crime scene.
Yeah, he passed away by the home inspector went underneath the house and he got a heart attack.
You're not making this up. This
I'm
is for real
not
now.
making
It
this
just
up.
got real, guys.
He sent his little robot thing under the house, and he saw the body, and he went and tried to like get him out, but he had already passed. I have no idea. He didn't tell me how many, like he didn't give me context as of like the background to see why he was there. I don't know. Maybe that guy was a termite inspector, because termite inspectors also check underneath the house. And I think this guy was a home inspector, and so the home inspector went to send the robot down there, and he found
No
a
way.
deceased.
How long had
home
he been down
inspector.
there? Been down in
I
the.
think he said 3 days.
Jeez
Wow, that's
Louise.
crazy.
That's it. That's the end of the podcast.
That's it. That's
Yes.
viral.
And
Hey,
on that
that's
one.
viral right there. That's
It was-
Ooh, man.
It
I don't-
was scary. It was so scary.
We're gonna edit and put that story at the end.
Yeah, that was my scary.
You weren't there though. You
No,
were.
I was not
This
there.
was with the
Yes.
home inspector.
Correct.
Here's the question: did your client buy the house?
No, but for other reasons. But I have had clients ask
Oh,
me, like,
man.
hey, has someone passed away in this property?
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't care. Like
I would rather not
But
know.
religious people, they do.
Okay. Let me
The
ask you
Catholic
guys.
religious
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Let me
that's
ask
a
you
good
that. That's a
question.
good question.
Yeah.
If someone died, no matter how they died,
They don't want to.
would you rather know or not know?
I would rather know.
Me too.
No.
I probably wouldn't buy the
way.
home, honestly.
You wouldn't?
I probably wouldn't.
I am of the mindset that I don't want to know. I would
Yeah.
rather not know unless it had like some kind of like repercussions, like someone's gonna come back and look for that. You know what I mean? Like if someone died of natural causes,
Or it's like a sacrifice or something that you would want to
Yeah.
know,
Or
right?
a
Like,
sui-
right?
like
A
a
suicide?
the-
yeah. So
Delete-
I would rather not know because then I'll sleep at night thinking about it. But by law, as real estate agents,
Yeah.
we have
You have to
to
disclose.
3 years, 2
3
years,
years.
3 years. I
If a
forget what it
death
is.
occurred within the last 3 years, you
Yep.
have to disclose that. There's one certain reason that you don't have to disclose how they passed away, and that's if they passed away.
HIV, right?
Correct.
I
Yeah.
remember my test
Yep.
questions.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Good job,
recent,
Sergio.
Yep.
But
Okay,
I
what about you? Would
I
you
I want
would
to
you rather?
I want to know, but I probably here's the only, if they died like a gory death, like if they were murdered or if they killed themselves, if they died in a tragic way, I wouldn't want to like either know or live there, because then I feel like I'm not even like that, into spirits and ghosts, but I do feel like there'll be a little, the vibe will be off.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
just the vibe.
Well, I kind of have a story about that. There was a house I sold that there was a death in the house, and the agent disclosed that the teenage daughter who was going through depression committed suicide. And yes, and we went through the house, and I told them too. I don't remember if we went through like specifics, but I did say there was a girl here. She died. She was committed suicide. Oh, we're still okay. We're good. Okay. But then everything we saw there was like a little doll hanging off the ceiling.
No.
It was like I don't know if it was blood. I'm not gonna make this up, but there was like red spots on the wall, like paint, and I was like, oh my, this is pretty depressing. I sold that house. Came with solar.
To those people?
Yeah, came with solar.
To those people.
It was a couple, young couple, had a kid, maybe had 2 kids. She calls me maybe like 3-4 months later that they're going through a divorce and that she's thinking about selling the house. And I remember going through that house, like not feeling good about that house because of the suicide. That's why for me personally, I would rather not know. I'm not like the whole, like, I believe in spirits and hauntings. I mean, whether people have experienced that or not, I haven't, and I don't really necessarily believe that, but I don't know. I just, for me, I would rather not know. Yeah, it is tough. Because I mean, if you think about it, this country has a past too, and I'm sure we've put houses on grave sites,
of course,
you know,
of course,
Exactly.
and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. What about you, Liz? Would you want to know or?
I would definitely want to know.
See, I knew it. I saw your face. Like,
But you know what? I don't think it would stop me from living there, just depending on how gruesome the death is, or you know what I mean? It really just depends. Actually, the house that my dad is living in right now, he is renting it, but I believe someone passed away, but of age.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Natural causes.
yeah, natural causes.
Natural
That
causes.
doesn't
age.
bother me much.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing guaranteed in life. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's really up to the person. But I can see your perspective, and I could see others where they just don't want to live in it at all.
You know, this is gonna sound weird. I hadn't even thought about this till like right now. My wife's grandfather passed away in
home in
his house.
Pasadena?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the bed that he passed has been changed, and I've actually napped on that bed
Oh, you see?
before, and it never occurred to me like
Yeah.
this is the same bedroom, let alone bed that grandpa died in. It wasn't my grandpa, but I consider him like a grandpa, you know. He was not quite. Grandma's a great grandma now, but yeah, he passed away of cancer, and I got to see him one last time, you know. But it never occurred to me, like, you know what I mean? I think that with some deaths, it's just a peaceful thing.
Yeah.
You're at peace with it. Maybe you're right. If it's a horrific death, you may not want to, you know. But I'm sure there are a ton of stories. If you guys have a story that you want to share with us,
Yeah, leave it in the comments.
put it in the comments. We'll share your story on the next one. But
I have had also experiences where I go show a home or I go tour, because that's something that I like to do. I go tour homes and I take video, and I feel like there's someone behind me,
Oh.
like a big,
The energy.
tall person behind me.
I've never had that.
Like I feel it, like maybe hovering, maybe that high.
But it's a
above
certain
me.
home, correct? Or is it
I've
sometimes?
had it. I've had it happen twice in different homes, not like in the same
Yeah.
home. But it's like I feel like there's, like if I were to turn around, there would be like this really big man behind me.
ooh, that's
Have you had that, Pablo? 18 years of real estate?
never.
Esme,
never.
have you
Is
ever
it
gone on?
more
You know
of a
what?
female
What
thing,
one
or-
one thing that is recurring? Actually, you mentioned this to you the
That's
other day.
crazy.
Is doors opening in buildings or
No.
houses.
I've
Like
had that experience.
like in my
I
house
don't want
when
to be
I
a realtor no more. I thought it was about
no
the
no
money, but
look in my own house in the garage. When I first moved into it, the cabinets were always open, and I swear, like I'd close them, and I'd tell my wife too, like, who keeps opening these cabinets? You know, like, and I'm that kind of person. I see a cabinet door, I want to close it,
Yeah.
close it, and so it was driving me nuts for the longest time. It was driving me nuts that I would come into my garage, you know, through my garage door, and all these cabinet doors are open. Like, what's going on? That I didn't like. I was like, I thought we were like somebody was coming in through our stuff. Maybe the previous owner had some drugs stashed away. Come to find out, 2 things. The hinges on the doors are really bad. So you would like press them. You know how you press them and they stick? Well, maybe after like 30 minutes, they would unstick. But the times that I was doing it, like let's say maybe I was doing it at night, and by the next time I saw them during the day, they were open. I was like, why are they opening? Second one is I have 4 kids, and those kids would go through
Somebody
them.
was bound to.
Yeah, it was, you
Yeah.
know, but then recently in this building, that middle door has been opening.
I'm not coming here anymore.
Someone's been leaving that middle door open and the
I'm not
light
coming.
on.
I'm always the first one here, bro.
Dude, have you
usually.
seen it?
Sergio.
No, but now
Twice. And I told Liz too,
and it's
like,
a big building, man.
wait.
I told Ethan one morning because he came in right behind me. He was like, "Hey, can you open the door?" And it was an early morning. You weren't here. I think you were busy. But usually he is the first. And I was like, "Ethan, this door has been open. Your dad just told me it was the day after." And I was like, "Your dad just told me that it's been open." And I was tripping because I have seen it open too. And I think he just looked in there and he was like, "You know what?" And I think he locked it and it hasn't been open since. I think it's locked right now because Ethan was like,
Which door?
I know I closed it.
It's
It's
the
just like
middle
the
one.
second middle. So there's one next to us and then the one after that. The door was just randomly open like
With the light
2-3
on.
days
I've never seen that open.
in a row.
"Yeah."
It almost felt like someone had been like sleeping in it or staying in it, which is like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not saying, right, but and I even told Liz, this is my witness, like, hey, dude, this door's been staying open. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe someone's going into the room making calls randomly, but why?
No.
We have all these other rooms.
Yeah, no.
It didn't make sense to me. So I don't know. I have a thing with doors. My doors at my house, I lock them all. And my wife gets mad at me for locking. Why do you lock the door? I'm like, for safety?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I have a client right now, the same thing, client that leaves the doors unlocked just to make it easy to get in. And I'm like, dude, it makes it easy for like thieves to get in, or if someone wants to.
Strangers.
Yeah. But I don't know. I I thought it was the only one, but she was saying, no. She gets mad at her husband for locking the doors. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I know.
have keys or something. Well, but anyway, any other stories before we finish up? No? Yeah, real estate is fun, man. There's so many different experiences.
Spooky side of real
Spooky.
estate
quick
that nobody knew about.
question.
Yes.
Do you think that the price of a home would be impacted if somebody had a gruesome death in that property?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because it's going to be harder to sell and it's going to sit on the market. Haven't you seen Amityville Horror, whatever that movie is?
I've heard of it, but
Yeah, all these scary movies where they just take forever. I think that's true. Like they do take a long time to sell. Yeah, even like some celebrity homes that like things happen, they don't sell.
You don't think that like if a celebrity passed away like in a gruesome way, their house would want to sell? Their house would sell higher because it's like there's
Unique?
people, there's people into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
that
But it would be a unique buyer.
Unique buyer.
yeah,
and it would
that's
just
true.
sit there.
Until that unique buyer
I
came
think
along.
that unique buyer might turn it into something worth a little more value, but
little tour,
yeah.
home tour,
yeah.
huh?
But I think as far as like that being a marketing piece,
So I shouldn't.
I don't think so.
I shouldn't be the horror realtor.
No,
I'll sell your creepy
don't
house.
Sell them. Don't sell them.
For
I
top
know.
dollar.
Post it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
In LA, bro,
Look them up.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, like
You-
the creepy mansions.
Like, do you have any scary stories as a realtor?
Yeah,
Any
we'll do
realtors
it.
out there?
We'll do some clips of scary stories for this
First
Spooky October
before
season,
October
but-
ends.
Okay, I don't know if we're running out of time, but before we finish up, do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Sergio.
Have I seen any?
I thought you believed in science.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
I actually do believe in science. That's a different topic. That's another video. But yeah, I do
Points
believe
at
in
the
ghosts.
fan.
I do believe in ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. What about you, Marissa? Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't believe in ghosts. I believe
You believe in the Holy Ghost.
I do believe in the Holy Ghost, but no, also like energy.
Yeah? Yes?
Energy.
Okay. So like
not
negative
a,
energy?
"Ooh,"
But
it
like Chucky, a doll getting
no, I don't
possessed
believe.
or demon possessions?
I don't believe that, but I think that maybe from point A to point B through death, sometimes energy doesn't
Yeah.
go where it needs to go, and it stays hovering here, and it just does weird things. I don't know if that would be a ghost.
Yeah.
I don't know. What you guys tell us? Is that a ghost or is that spirit or is that energy? What is that?
Okay, so I'm gonna end the podcast. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We can keep telling stories. I don't know if it's gonna still record, but we can keep telling stories because I want to share one real quick. Not a story, but I do have a family member. I don't want to say because they might watch this later on. But where he's from, they actually practice like witchcraft and a lot of. So he is not a fan of Halloween. Like, yeah, he accepts it because the person he's married to does haunted houses, but he's like, in my country, that stuff is real, and I've seen it, and I'm like, what have you seen? I haven't really asked him like specifics, but he believes in like what is it, voodoo?
Black magic.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like he believes in that stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know. For me, Halloween is one of those like community. it's the only time you talk to your
Festival.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Like for me, if anything, it's like a very neighborly, you know. I will say though, shoot, now look, all these like
I
memories coming back,
know.
right? 1 year in Pasadena, we're trick or treating in a nice area, and there was a car making the rounds, driving around, flashing people with their flashlight, not flashing lights,
Yeah.
flashing with a flashlight. And later on that night, someone had got shot. So apparently it was some rival gang looking for a gang member and shot him. But to me, that's like a isolated, incident.
Not something that typically happens.
Isolated incident. So that's one thing, right? When people are like, well, it's evil. Like, well, it's evil people, like bad people doing bad things on those days. And there was another couple from my church. The wife was actually telling me this years ago. Because I'd tell her about like, all this, like all these stories about people poisoning kids with candy. I'm like, I don't believe that. Like that's not true. I want to check the candy, but I check it for like, bacteria. Is it rotted? Bad stuff.
Needles.
She told me that in Mexico, when she was a little kid, they would get those gumballs and inject them with bleach as a prank during Halloween because they thought it was funny to pass those gumballs out with whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, you're the ones that make this a bad. Yeah. But she was like, to her, it wasn't like an evil thing. It was just like a joke, a prank, like putting something in someone's drink to mess up their drink or whatever. But anyways,
The bleach, that's pretty.
I know, right?
Crazy, yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Toothpaste.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Hot bleach, yeah. So that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. But it's just individuals, that do stupid stuff. And I don't know. I think Halloween is fun and kids love it. We dress up once a year and
Yeah.
just go out and have fun, right? So, guys, be safe.
Yeah,
Enjoy
be
Halloween. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for checking out this video.
Peace.
Peace out.